Welcome to Lifeplusplus, where we aim to add more value to life by sharing knowledge, life lessons, and combined experiences from our friends, colleagues, and associates. In each episode, we'll be talking about real life issues and things that are important to you. So if there's anything you want us to discuss, leave them in the comments section below or email us at lifeplusplus@thethrowdown.com. Throwdown is THATHROWDOWN. This episode is sponsored by Kososhi Clothing. Welcome to episode 10. I am Lambo the Virus. And with me today, a phenomenal comedian, one of the most versatile and diverse comedians I know, the only half-caste African comedian that I know, Koffi Tha Guru. What's good,
boss.
bro?
Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. You know, it's amazing to see how we transit over time. You know, from being the rapper to the clothing line guru, and then now this wonderful thing you're doing with broadcasting. So, and then I like the fact that it's about life, life's lessons.
Yeah.
You know, we need to transfer knowledge at some point. So it's an honor that you taught me worthy of being on this program.
Oh, cheers,
My
bro.
brother.
Cheers, bro.
22 years coming.
Oh,
bro.
my God.
22
That
years.
is scary.
22
22 years.
Since 97, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Boxers strolling around Jaja Hall when men were boys with pride,
I know. Wow.
with dignity.
With dignity.
No shame in being boys.
No,
Lately,
no.
boys are ashamed to be boys. They want to be men.
Wow.
They want to do things, get rich quick, drive that Beamer, drive that Benz, quickly.
That is-
Something that took you about 20 years to achieve. They want to do that in 2 months. Okay, so.
That's that microwave mentality now.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
it's really caught on.
Yeah. Once you're in the minority and you have a few minorities, you guys become the majority. That's how Trump became king. So
I like that.
A lot of the things that we don't want have become the things that we want. Like Snoop Dogg tweeted one day that back in the day it was an eyesore to be a pain, to be a rat, to be a snitch, to be but it's now a cultural phenomenon to be those things. All the negative vibes are the positive now.
Wow.
So, and it's scary for those of us who have children because we're trying to strike a balance. So we have to make sacrifices. And this program is good because it indirectly just helps your children to see, okay, that is on the positive part of life.
Yeah. That's so true.
Great one, awesome. Black
That's
and
so
white.
True. Thanks, man. Thanks.
I actually have a program called Black and White. So when I saw this, I was
Now,
like,
the reason why you're black and white.
as in the coincidence, we're shooting a scene in the movie yesterday, and the first scene that we shot, all three of us on set, even the DOP, our combination, all four of us was black and white.
Are
black
you
and
for real?
As in, we didn't plan it.
That's uncanny.
As in, I'm wearing black, white with some. Emeka Smith is wearing black, and the other guy is wearing white. As in, I just looked around, and then our background was a black and white building. I would say, okay, fine, there's something happening.
Wow.
So it's black, it's white,
It's
it's
divine.
truth. Yeah.
It's divine.
Abi,
How has this mentality that we're talking about a moment ago, how has it affected Nigerian comedy? Because that's your realm.
Yeah. Lately, the new boys want to be pop stars. They are not as conservative and reserved as we used to be. They want to be, in the days when we were starting out, everybody was a presenter. Now everybody is an OAP, on-air personality. They want to, they're playing Davido, the pop star. They also want to live Davido's lifestyle. So every young entertainer now wants to do just one small thing and then be celebrated further than that one small thing. Most don't even want to put in the work because social media makes them go, some guys are not ready for the fame, but because they can just tweet a line, an improv line that just seems to catch on for a few seconds, and then they become stars overnight. And then the bad part of this viral, this trend, this catching on, this blah, 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 is that it brings a lot of depression. It's the reason why we have a lot of depression right now, because when you're not prepared and you suddenly just hit fame, it takes a lot from you. You know, Michael Jackson is a typical example that a lot of people are not learning from. It's in plain black and white. He wears a lot of black and white to let you know that my life, as much as you all look at it, I'll be like, wow, it's not a perfect life for you to exemplify.
Yes.
Because he started quite early, lost a lot of his childhood, and he was trying to catch up on that with fame. But when the fame came, Michael did not expect what happened. He did not know that the Thriller album was going to be that big and huge. And it took a lot from a young man. He was just barely 22, thereabouts. So if you look at the statistics and the, trajectory of life, Quincy Jones, that produced the young boy Michael, is still alive.
He is still alive.
So now that happened when there was no social media. The Thriller album got to Nigeria maybe 3 or 6 months later. Now, Corey Debelu just has to drop a song at 11 p.m. and by 1 a.m. the song was a hit.
Wow.
Godwin was a hit. Now, a lot of pressure would fall upon that young man to deliver across the globe.
Yes.
Now, if he didn't have enough resource and the materials to deliver across the globe, it will put pressure on him. And that's what's happening to a lot of young folks. You see them, they come out, they hit one big banger, and then people start inviting them out. And then they go to functions across the globe in the period of 6 months with that one hit song. And then people are tired, and then they move on to the next person. Now, the young person now feels rejected and dumped and used because he could have grown his brand like a two-face so that he can have a heavy repertoire to be called over and over again. But nobody wants to pay you to just come and perform that same one hit song every time. I can't call you to Enfield to come and perform this one hit song this December. Then next December, call you again to come
and do the same thing.
So that is putting a lot of pressure on young people, hitting it immediately. I believe people should grow with time. I have been at this for 21 years. Playfully, maybe about 24 years. Financially, about, say, 20 years. But I took it professional when I saw that, okay, this would be a lifetime's job. Now, a lot don't even see the future, but because it's the vibe.
They just jump on that trend.
They do a cover, people like the cover, and they're like, oh, man, that cover you did is so amazing. Then they run to the studio when they're not even ready. We did covers when we were kids for the fun of it.
Yes.
If you told us it was great, we didn't because of that run into the studio.
No.
We all did demo tapes,
yes.
but we didn't end up having to go record the full albums. We're just having fun with it.
Yes.
Our tapes, then we just record everybody on it. Then we'll start, some instrumentals will come along, we'll play, but it didn't make us say, okay, a few people took that path.
Yeah.
But then it didn't make everybody become a rapper or a successful rapper. And we saw the result years later that indigenous content now overrode most of the people that were not ready, were not prepared. Now the same thing is happening, but worse, because social media is intensive and the demand on social media is huge. The consumption rate, the yearning
is voracious.
I'm saying, yes, it's killing, I'm saying Rema now. Rema is the new kid on the block, and I got a good listen to his EP, amazing work.
Is it?
And I'm so happy that right now Rema is now getting the attention he needs.
Is this someone you've known for a while? Or?
He's been working.
Okay.
From the EP, you can tell that this boy has been working. He's ready. Now, some other guy, I won't mention the name, got a lucky break about the same time Rema started pushing out. A lot of people were making noise about that guy, man, this guy. Rema was bubbling side by side. People chose that person over Rema for a few. Now, the trajectory has changed. Rema is getting more global attention and is making more moves than that other person because he had been working. He had been working. He's younger than this other person, but he had been working. I listened to the EP and I knew that, yes, for me to have 4 or 5 of your songs on my playlist, you're worth it. I see me in you, or I can see something in the future in you.
That's a code.
So I can say that this boy can go from here to here. There's a peak, he will survive it. But this other person just got that one song break, and people were making so much noise about it. I'm scared for that person in the nearest future now because the pressure on him is such that one song he must either repeat the success or go above it.
He's already set the bar high.
They set the bar high for him. Sometimes that young kid just wants to have fun, and then we just intensify it beyond their imagination. It kills them. Michael was way and above and beyond the success that he could have achieved at the time. And the only way he could balance that success was to become someone else. So that's what usually happens. You start becoming someone else. You lose who you are.
Yeah. That's a dangerous thing.
Yes, you become someone else totally. What you feel or you think the people want. And that's the fastest way to destruction.
It is
losing one's self.
Yeah.
So when you see girls trying to, Botox, glow and all of that, you have become somebody else. And then you're on the way out.
Yeah. And that's and the foundation for that sort of thinking is always self-hate. Even though you don't know. Yes.
Eventually, it brings about a very deep low self-esteem that you don't know. It's deeper than the surface low self-esteem. You hate yourself, but you don't know you hate yourself.
Yeah.
And then you're just managing not to kill yourself.
That is deep, man. Not only because of the weight it holds, but also because of how common it has become.
It's the world is booming. The population is increasing, so the merits and demerits must increase with it. Now, unfortunately, poverty is higher than wealth. So definitely, the nuances are usually in poverty.
Yeah.
So those are the things that will increase more. And then the majority always influences one another. So if the volume of what is bad is what's in the majority, then that's going to be the trend.
That's what defines the social structure that is prevalent.
And then, unfortunately, the youths are always in the higher number in any economy. And then if the majority of the youths are, being guided towards a certain direction, then what they think is positive is positive.
Wow.
They don't even see anything negative in certain things anymore. But we all know it's wrong. And they will confidently tell you because all around them, that's all they see. So you're a fool for not being part of that cycle. You are the fool because what's this one say? So when you tell somebody integrity is way above having the best luxurious things, and they're like, don't you like money? Don't you want to, So, and you can't explain to them that money is not that cash you're holding. Money is the relationship you have with people. Your ability to tap into certain resources without having physical cash. That is money. And that you build that over time.
Something used for your social transactions.
It has to come with trust, time, integrity, value, principles, loyalty. Those are the things that become money. Working 9 to 5 or doing a fast cash business is not money. It's just argent. French call it d'argent. It's just, paper to get by and get needs. But then what you really want for yourself is most important, and you need to know that. And then a lot of people don't know their purpose in life. If you don't know your purpose in life, just forget it.
That is a scary place to be.
You're just passing through, and then
wow.
You go through school 6 years, 4 years, 6 years, and then you just go through and no purpose, nothing. As in there's just practically nothing.
Wow.
You get married, you just taking, you give the girl, she bets, so you both of you just live that life, hand over to the children, and then nothing.
It's scary, man. But would it be fair to say the way we reason now is it as a result of where we are in age-wise now? Is it because we are mature based on our age?
No, we were matured when we were young.
Okay.
It has to do with our upbringings. I'm already bringing up my kids the same way I was brought up. Okay, so no matter how, we had fun, we did nasty things, we did, but we still had our heads screwed on right. There's no new vice that is just coming on board.
Yep.
There were older model versions of those vices. Okay, if you're taking ecstasy right now, it's always been in existence since forever. If you're taking glue, you're sniffing anything, you're taking codeine, people had always done, they've always been drugs. Cocaine has been in existence since 70 something. So there's no new vice that you're involved in that human beings from way back haven't been involved,
Very true.
It's just how people were able to overcome those addictions. Okay, and then they had people around them that could help them overcome. There's that one in Yankee now, what's it called again, that just makes you
Opioids.
go. Those opioids, there's a particular one, I've forgotten the name. I had it in my head. Okay. And it just makes a normal human being just go totally mad, insane, hitting on, breaking glass, breaking people's properties and doing all. And I'm like, anything that you do in life, any vice just gets improved upon. So these are the newer models of, but then we had people around us. Now people don't care. The next door neighbor doesn't care. But when we were kids, somebody in the neighborhood will smack you right.
That's where we had the takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah, somebody will smack you right. Yeah. You know weed is wrong. You might go into a corner to smoke it. But now they smoke it openly. There's nobody, they are popping pills right in your presence. I was in Ikorodu shooting in one village, and these boys were all over the place. I had to even put them in the background of one of my scenes. Popping blue pills all over the place in broad daylight. Yeah, bro. Not in Nigeria, in a very remote end that you would not have expected or suspected that such a thing is happening. And right there in the front of kids, there are things that we could do then, but we would know that, my younger ones must not see me do this. Yeah. But now, they don't care. The kids are already watching them and looking, and then the kids are going to improve on them.
If that's the way to look at the
That
world.
is it. Wow. Because the new one must be better than the old one.
Of course,
there must be an improvement.
Yeah.
The technology we're using today to record was not available some time ago. Yeah. You could not easily do this some time ago.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, so everything is improving. Next time, you might get a smaller microphone, something a bit more, compact. This camera might change. Yeah. There may be a smaller light that will give you the same effect and everything. You can even actually do audio on your phone. Everything, so it means as we are going, they're making it smaller and more smarter and sharper. And so my kids are more intelligent than when I was that age.
Yes, agreed. That's very true.
But
more technologically savvy as well.
Yeah, but society is failing these kids by not, everybody's pursuing the good life, and we're not realizing that the good life is family. Not all those material things that we show off with. Okay. In these climes, they still have the semblance of family. I see that you cannot find a bus on Christmas Day and it sends just one message. You're supposed to be home with your family. You won't find a bus, you won't find a train on Christmas Day. If it is very important, find somebody to drive you around. You can probably get 1 or 2 cabs, but then it will be very difficult, because they understand the essence of family. So that kind of brings up their children with some sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
But back home, everybody's on the run. The rat race has become, which other animal scores faster than the rat race? It's a cheetah race, and everybody's cheating everybody. Okay, it's fast paced. It's doomy, because we're all heading for doom. At the end of the day, there's nothing we're all really acquiring. We're not acquiring more knowledge despite the advance in technology. We seem to be getting dumber by the day with our actions.
Yes.
Okay. when a majority can't speak against their politics,
Yeah.
a majority cannot stand for what is right for themselves and their neighbors,
Yeah.
you know, it's crazy.
I know. Isn't it that willful ignorance which has been brought about by the prevalent social structure?
It's something that has come with ego and pride over time. Once I'm doing a bit better than you, I've automatically become
Your lord.
I'm in a social elite class that
Yes.
must not relate with
Yes,
you.
yes,
I
yes,
cannot
yes.
be flowing on your level.
Yep.
And then because of that, there's some level of apathy. There's
Yeah.
and then gradually we're dividing. So we don't care about. And then because I'm pursuing now, because you have done that to me, I must pursue to gain that relevance like you. I must try to be on that level where I can get respect again. Respect is no longer about my intellect or what I have brought to the table, but
no.
that big car, that fine, all the blings and everything. That's what it is now.
Do you know that's why they would name a generator "I better pass my neighbor"?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. At least if I can't afford that very big one, I'm better than you with this small one.
Wow.
So a lot of that is the reason why we're shredding our social consciousness. We're shredding. I see a lot of award shows come up, and it hurts to see that every year awards are given out to people with just the blank page of entertainment. There is no category for conscious music.
No.
Social.
No.
It gradually, at some point in the 80s to the 90s, reggae music was very predominant because it was touching on values, subject matters, But the moment reggae was toned down for hip hop, hip hop is about braggadociousness. You just want to swag on.
Yeah,
you want to say things. You're angry.
Yeah.
And then you want to show off so the girl
the
knows.
The rebel in you.
Yes. You want to, there's something you want to say. It's biting you.
Yeah.
But you're not saying, reggae music was speaking for society.
Yes.
But rap music, you're speaking for you.
Yeah.
Similar people like you who have the same. But
mentality,
reggae music was speaking for society. Now, rap music is first, and click your clan, you want to kill everybody, So now that in itself brought us away from being conscious for us, but conscious for my team. Yes.
Not the collective.
It's the
society,
Woodland Clan. It's Dog
clique.
Pound. It's Junior Mafia.
Yeah.
It's
It's us against the world.
Yes. So, the moment we started losing reggae music, we started losing a lot of that as well. Because if every year there's a category for soft rock, reggae, conscious music, R&B, those values will continue to stay within our system. You see in Yankee, rock music is forever there. Country music is the biggest earner.
Yeah.
No matter how big a rapper you are. The biggest song in Yankee a few months and weeks back was Little Nas, Country Road, country music with rap. You see that fusion, okay? Because it's touched down to the base of where value still remains. Country music. One of the biggest songs on Eclectic was with Kenny Rogers. Wyclef and Kenny Rogers. You got to know when the road. So Yankee still maintains those values.
Yeah.
Here in the UK as well, those values, you can see it on the roads, in the streets. People know that if they miss the train, they could catch the cold and die. If they miss the bus, they would have to wait another 15 minutes. Now, waiting 15 minutes here means you miss the next appointment, you miss the next. So everything is timed. We act back home like we own the time.
I know.
And we never manufactured one wristwatch in our life. The people who manufactured wristwatch know the value of time. We have never even toothpick we have not manufactured, but we waste the time and the resources. don't see value in anything. So much so that we have now gotten to the point where we don't see value in human life anymore. Lately, I think there was some issue about Bobrisky just yesterday or so. That's to tell you how far we've come. Okay, in some societies it's allowed, it's okay. But if a society says no, that's not us, I think you should respect the rules of that environment.
Yeah.
So you can see how far it has gone, that with the power of social media, one individual can decide and control
the narrative,
and then just decide not to listen to the authorities. Some things should be done in the quiet. I think our entertainers are also part of the problem. I don't live a celebrity life. I live as I would have lived if I was a banker or a doctor or a teacher or a nurse or anything.
Yeah.
Because I believe entertainment, as it were, is just a job. Show business is mostly show than the business. But I would rather be an entrepreneur or entertainer so that I keep my head cool. But most of us we just want to exist in that conscious, that's
under the spotlight.
Under that constant,
Where you want the adulation of the fans.
Fortunately, Instagram has helped them to achieve that. So it's no longer about what they bring to the table, but the filters that they use all the time. Okay, I've been to a lot of counties, a lot of places since I got to the UK. This was the first time I took a picture at the train station to show that I came this far. I could have been doing that and posting everywhere I've been and then showing that I am, but maybe I'm old school. But then that's what the fans want to see, not what I am doing right now in this studio with you, but that there was some fine something there that they didn't see, and then so the pancake world is further deteriorating our existence.
Wow.
So a lot of the young people that are supposed to pick up values are just looking up to those shenanigans.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I can't mention names because some of them are people I know, and every time you come out to speak your truth, it seems like you're attacking them or you're not doing as well as they are doing.
That is why you're speaking the truth. I know. Yes.
Okay, so for every time I've stopped interfering in anything that I see that is negative. I just let them enjoy it and let it flow.
Wow. But wouldn't that be seen as we are part of the problem? Because a lot of us, like you, I've known you, like you said now, for over 2 decades. You've maintained the same integrity and character that you had since I've known you. And there are few of us like that I know. Are you saying if we were to continue speaking our truth, we would be seen as disgruntled, or we could actually be part of changing that narrative?
We can't change it anymore. I'm being honest with you. I'm blunt, I'm brutal, I'm breathless. That's my show theme for this year and next. Because I'll just say it as I want to say it. That's if you come to me. But I'll not go out there and say it to you because I know you don't want it. So when you come to my show in Manchester tonight, I will say it because you came to listen to it. You would enjoy it. But in public space, they don't want it anymore. Okay? You were asking me just now, you dabbled into music one time.
Yes.
I just laughed. I didn't dabble. I constantly record music. I'm dropping 2 double albums by end of September or October. And that would accumulate to 16 albums. One day I listed out
16 albums.
Yeah, I did a post on Instagram and Tunde had not reposted it. I had dropped my 12th and then it was my 13th or 14th album, and somebody now commented mocking me and laughing that so number of albums and we don't see anything. Like maybe I made it up. So I now listed out all the albums and then gave them a link to Boomplay and iTunes to go and look for all the albums there. The guy just kept quiet. Since
16?
that day, he has never commented or attacked me again on social media. It's not my fault that radio is not playing my song. It's not my fault. But like you're saying, I'm still doing my best, not because of the larger society anymore, but at least for my kids. My priorities have changed. I am now doing what my parents did for me. make the right sacrifices for your own family.
Agreed.
Because that's your future.
Yes.
Your immediate family is your future.
Yes.
Because no matter what happens, no matter how big Kevin Hart is, no matter how wealthy Paris Hilton is, my kids do not care about that. They don't want to know. They don't.
I like that.
Yes, they don't care because I am their top dog. I was in their first hero. I'm doing what they need at the times that I need to do it. And that's what counts the most. When we're coming up and trying to, green is my home, I am not a tailor, but I can, conscious vibes, things to wake up people. My mom looked at me and said, look, these people don't care. And a few years later, she was absolutely right. Every album, I would do one song pro Nigeria. Last year, I dropped, I dropped a single, Omije, Tears, about all the nonsense happening in Nigeria. The song went viral. Most of the major blogs blanked like they didn't see it. I kept pushing. I dropped another song. Nobody needs to die today. Powerful, conscious song. Reggae tune. All the reggae heads everywhere started calling, man, mad tune, brother man, mad tune. All the major blogs. I dropped the party banger Fiesta with Ashney. I'm not sure if Olamide or Davido had dropped that song, we would have heard word in Nigeria. They acted like they didn't know it was in existence. I went my R&B route, dropped Just a Fan. Cultured, valuable music, timeless, classic. Did a very clean visual for it to prove that, look, I could do this, but I just don't care anymore. But I'm doing it so that my kids can see that daddy has the vibe.
Yes.
So my kids love it, my wife love, everybody love. I'm cool. If you guys like, play. If you like, don't play. So a couple months later, some people were like, wow. I'm like, yeah, because you have been constrained by the constant norm they give you. You don't want to branch out to see value elsewhere. I will give that value to the people that need it around me.
Yeah.
I will not force myself.
Yeah.
My new song right now that I'm feeling, I Can't Kill Myself by Timaya. There's a point you get to. It's not that you are not trying, but you just can't do it anymore. You just have to face your priorities and pursue your own purpose in life. This is my purpose in life. Then you face that journey and you fulfill it. If they now align with your purpose later, fine. Na then sabi. Wale Soyinka would usually not just take pictures with anybody unless somebody has come to vouch for you. There was a picture I took with him at the Freedom Park 2 years ago, and he smiled in the picture. Tunde Aluko had to send me a message that this is unbelievable. How did you get Wale Soyinka to laugh in a picture? He never laughs in a picture. And I found out why.
True.
Recently, they posted the list of fraudsters. And somebody now commented in the group, said now he understands. Because a few hours later, somebody now released a picture of Festus Keyamo and one of those guys on that list. Now, they released it to say, see now, Festus Keyamo and one of these guys, the number 3 guy on that list, are friends. But the media is not circulating this because Festus Keyamo is in the ruling party. If he had been in the other party, this would have been a case. The person now put, now I understand why years ago we were at the airport and we begged Wale Soyinka for a picture. He refused us. Instead, a few feet away, some kids, little children, begged for a picture, and he stayed with them for more than 10 minutes having fun with those kids. The message was clear. As a grown adult, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you've put your hand. I don't know how far, and I can't be associated with you until I know you.
Wow.
But these kids, I will give them my image, my brand, so that when they start to grow up and know who I am, they will want to exemplify me.
Yes. That's a sad indictment
on
the Nigerian.
So it just made me feel cool with myself, like, thank God I'm on the right path. Do what is right. Because society at large has changed. You can't change society. Society changes you.
100%.
The only way you can change society is die, and then years later they refer to it and then move. I don't want to be the next Martin Luther King. I don't want to be the next Mahatma Gandhi. I'm not Malcolm X. I don't want to do Tupac songs and then years later, after all that work, somebody now puts a list of 10 best rappers and I'm not on the list. It brings a chagrin to my family. So I would rather stay in that space where I am doing the right thing and I am fulfilled with it. Celebrated is another thing. I don't want to be a celebrity. In my own right, I'm already a star because we are all stars. When you look in the sky, you see all of us there. So why do I want to be a celebrity?
You know, the way you think and the way you talk, the way you reason actually shows itself in the comedy that you do.
Yeah, it has to be intellectual.
Because a lot of your peers, the comedians, they have very lame.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's a cheetah race. It's just about the money, make the money, do blah blah blah. I pay my bills. My overhead is not so large. I don't accrue upon myself things that I need to maintain, because that's usually what takes the bills.
Yes.
You know, you have this big car, you have this big posh apartment, you know, you have to maintain it. So you must be on the killer mode all the time. You must go all out all the time. I don't need to go all out. I have the most volume of works than any Nigerian entertainer, but I'm just enjoying my space. I don't care. I don't want the big shows. I don't want it. I'm doing well in that space. I'm getting paid when I have to get paid. When I'm broke, I should be broke. I'm human.
Of course.
Let me be human.
Yes.
There are times I'm under pressure. Koffi, this. I'm like, this one when career don't end. I'm enjoying it. You don't understand that. That's actually what I want. I never wanted to be a star. I never wanted to be a celebrity. I am the most introvertic element ever. People don't know. I am still the same guy my girlfriend met and married. She comes back home every day. I'm at home. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't hang out anywhere. And I don't criticize or chastise anybody. So you can't say because I'm not an entertainer, I should change my lifestyle because of entertainment. So most people will do those things to maintain a face in entertainment. I can't.
Isn't that because you're comfortable in your skin?
Yes.
And how do you?
I am.
How did you become comfortable in your skin?
Because
some people aren't because they don't know how to be.
Because first things first, you have to know your self-worth. My self-worth is not in money in the bank. It's not in cash at hand. It's in the values I carry as a person, the pride of me. Because if you look at me, I am not the average fine guy that a girl would even say, we like boy. Because first off, Teju Babyface introduced me to some chicks way back in Unilag.
Hey, shout out to Teju.
Yeah. We're at the cold room, our rehearsal spot, and some two chicks came to say hello. And then Teju, I'm sitting across, the girls come, hey, hello, hi. Yeah, I meet my friend Koffi. He is not as he appears. No, now, the girls could not take it in immediately. They did not understand the depth of what he was saying. That this guy, one that they see, he doesn't look fine. He doesn't look all dressed up and all that. But deep down, this guy is a dynamite. That's what he was telling them. And for me, that was enough for a lifetime. That's what my wife saw. When the people who see it and value it, I'm okay. If the people who don't see it and value it, don't see it, we don't force it. You know, there are different bus stops to the destination. You can alight here, play around, get back on the bus and go. The point is you get to the destination. Okay, you can go on excursion.
The right destination.
Yes.
Because if you just go the wrong way.
If you miss your way, safe, if you still come back, if you ask.
Yes. Yeah.
My people say, if you ask. You know, most times we think we're too good or we know too much and then we miss it in life. The most intelligent or brilliant ones usually miss it in life because they know so much, they don't ask others for the way. You know, when you were in class, you were first. You know, you don't ask any other student, I was number 15 because you're first. Now, life is not like that. In life, you must ask directions because if you're first, you get in your car, you start driving to a place you've never been before. You'll get lost. Even Google Map can lose network.
Of course.
But you would have to ask people. Now, the person you're asking never came first in school. The person you're asking is just a market woman. Please, I am going to Enfield. Oh, you going Enfield? okay, you need to take the...
and she knows where you're going.
She knows where you're going, but she never went to school. So that's life. You need to just journey along life with other people. You must not just think that, okay. So for me, I journey along life with different people, different vibes. And in that way, I don't see myself higher than anybody. I grew up in different environments and communities where it is about brotherliness. The chain is as strong as the weakest link. Okay? True. So for me, that's what matters the most. I came to London. I had planned this movie script since 2017 that we shoot it. It didn't happen. I came. The production company that I was supposed to work with messed me up. I quickly strategized, talked to someone else, say, see, the main reason why I came was to vacation and shoot a movie. The guy was like, okay, you know what, let's finish with this thing I'm doing and see how we can work it out. I said, okay, fine. I chill. We finished that thing, and I'm like, guy, are we still going to do? I said, man, I'm spent. I'm like, man, how am I going to do this? Somebody I just met when I got here, and I'm like, see my dilemma. I'll say, I'm almost there, and I'm going to go back home feeling depressed that, I didn't achieve that thing that I wanted to do. And the guy was like, hold on, I'm coming. Called one lady that I've never met. I've spoken to her, call her. I called the lady, see my predicament. And she was like, okay, let me talk to this other guy. Now she talked to the other guy. I called the guy, I explained, say, see what I'm in. I'm here, blah, blah. Say, bros, okay, I can. Okay, I even reach out to you. So, and it was like, okay, I can make it work for you, no problem. Then we talked to her, and I was like, wait, you were also at that other event? Yeah, I said I was the one that covered. We saw, okay. I was the one taking you people's pictures. Oh, yeah, that was you?
Wow.
Oh, so we've met already. Oh, cool. And then we bonded. When we were shooting yesterday, it was like we had always been working together for years, you know. Now, the project now has me involving people I just met, and we all, okay, I only knew one person out of the about 7 people I worked with yesterday. We got to one guy's crib. We couldn't enter the apartment. Somebody had gone out with the key. He was like, okay, fine, you know what? Let me call somebody else. He called somebody else across about 10 minutes away. We get to that one's place. Okay, yeah, guys, open up. By the time we're finishing that scene, he said, oh yeah, everybody come and eat. They had prepared a full bowl of, you know, and that's the journey of life, meeting people, socializing, relating, you know. Yeah. And then, so that in itself makes me very, very simple and noble and humble. Yeah. I don't see why I need to now have that mansion in Banana Island to impress upon you. I don't see the reason why I must drive that latest car. I must drive the car for my comfort and mobility. Yeah. If I see the other one is no longer performing its function well, how fast can you even run sometimes? Okay, so for me, I'm saying me, I keep it simple. That's Lifeplusplus for me. Yeah. Black and white. Fantastic. If it is black, I'll tell you it's black. If it is white, I'll tell you it's white. You can see my black is on this side, my white is on this side. Usually our white is on the left, our black is on the right because it's sharper, it's hard. So I'll tell you as it is, say, the reason why you see me wear simple like this, now be the reason why I still stay relevant 20 years later. I can give you a list of boys that have come and gone. I can give you a list of boys I'm seeing right now that will soon go. And I can give you a list of boys that will come and go and I'll still be here. I'm not being proud. I'm just thanking God for the mental that, okay, guy, this is your path in life. Don't follow them around this race. Yeah. When we were shooting yesterday, I was looking at the footage clean. The audio, I'm doubting it, but I said, no, do what you got to do. When you get back home and the audio is not perfect, do ADR, but cross the bridge one step at a time. Move. You would have achieved something that a lot did not achieve. You might not be celebrated for it now, but this is 2019. People are going on YouTube now to watch Charlie Chaplin.
That was a long time ago.
For me, is a legacy for my children. That is enough.
That's true.
That is the win. Yeah. I was telling somebody the bigger picture is a collection of the smaller pixels. They think a bigger picture is the big show at O2 or the big show at the Wembley. No. It is the small wins that you win and you feel fulfilled with. That's, for me, the bigger picture. Yeah. I have a mindset to do this, and I eventually do it. I go to sleep that, God, I did it. That's the win. Yeah. That feeling of self-fulfillment. That small win. Yeah. Of every small win. Yeah. I don't come out all the time to shout, hey, I'm the best comedian in Nigeria. I don't have to. I don't need to. I can say I'm the best in certain areas. Basket Mouth is the new king. Alibaba is the grand king. AY is the businessman of comedy. Everybody has their own field. But when we stop celebrating us in our individual strengths, that's when we have this problem of comparison, and which really doesn't go well for us.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Industries.
Yes.
That's why entertainment is never taken serious. You see people doing bank job. They just go do their work, collect their salary. They're doing fine. They don't care. The orgas collect money, go on vacation. They don't care. This bank is doing better than us, but we're doing good. But young man just hustling, you just want to kill the other person's brand. You want to be the most relevant. You want to shut down.
Yeah, it's now, that crab mentality, crab in the bucket mentality.
Yeah, man. You can. If I can't go, I pull you down.
Yeah.
You know, PhD, player hater degree, pull him down syndrome. Now you see, a company, a microchip company, does their end of year in Muson Hall.
Yeah.
As wealthy as that company is, they spend 1.5 to book the hall. They spend all the budget of that event, maybe 6-7 million. But a young struggling person, because you need to brand and make noise and create, an individual, you need to, and you're struggling. You're not a microchip company. You want to impress people by doing that same thing. You see that it's not making sense.
There's no equity in that one.
Because at the end of the day, what's most important is to entertain people.
Yes.
And get visible. Look for other avenues. That's what we did to this point. Fortunately, Instagram is helping some other people as well in that area. Yeah. Just small one, 10 seconds, then later 15, then now 1 minute, and then now IGTV. Yeah. So there are different outlets, but we always want to make sure, man, we're very loud, raucous, and it's very, very annoying.
Yeah.
I am the only person that has an award in comedy, music, and drama. Best Comedy Movie 2013, The Nanny. Best of Nollywood, Abuja International Films Festival. Only comedian with an award in music. Best Music Album 2016.
Wow.
Comedian of the Year. So if AY is Best Comedian of the Year, he doesn't have Best Comedian Music.
No, he doesn't.
He has Comedian Movie.
Yeah.
If Basketball is Best Comedian of the Year, he doesn't have for music or for movie.
Yeah.
So I have it all round.
Wow.
When I was starting out, you could not say you are an entertainer, but Fowles is doing exactly what I would have done a few years back, but it's accepted now. He's a rapper, singer, actor, comedian.
Yeah.
Back then, you couldn't do that. They will feel that you're
being a jack of all.
And unfortunately, I've renamed and returned. They say it's jack of one trade. I'm not doing all trades. It's entertainment, one trade.
True.
I'm not selling kerosene along the way. I'm not selling soap. I'm only entertaining through music, through comedy, through acting, through writing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you are in your own shell and you are confident about yourself, you will not need to. It is the necessary people that will come and, the best books are sought after. People go look. Have you read this book? Man. Then you go look for it. It's not the commercial book.
Yeah.
Now, the person who wrote the best book usually is laid back, just chilling. He doesn't care because he has poured out his mind. You people buy, pay him. He's in the backyard somewhere chilling with his family, enjoying himself. He doesn't care for the publicity.
Yeah.
John Grisham is back there. You are the ones shouting, wow. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Even what's her name? That woman, the
one that wrote Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
She doesn't care.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
J.K. Rowling.
Randall or Rawlings.
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She's, so for me, that's the life. Look at me. I'm black outside, I'm white inside. Now, Igbo mentality I get. Nothing they shock me, nothing they, for me, my parents gave me the basic foundation that was most important, education.
Yeah.
And that's what we owe one another. Educate ourselves,
we do.
Orientate ourselves, open up our minds to the real values of life. And it's simple. God and everybody. That's why he told us, only me, and then love your neighbor as yourself. The 10 commandments came to 2. No other God. Love your neighbor as yourself. Yeah. Because if you love your neighbor as yourself, you will not steal, you will not kill. So the 10 commandments came down to just 2.
Yeah.
And that's all we're here to do.
Yeah.
Serve God, serve man, help others. love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah.
Everything I give you belongs to the people who need around you. It's not for you.
No, it's not. You see, I know you're a father. Does being a father, does it influence the kind of material you prepare for comedy?
Well, in a way, I started out as a family entertainer. I wouldn't do lewd materials, because I see myself in that vein, something that in future, first things first, I didn't know I was going to branch into entertainment. All I wanted to do in my life was be a family man. That's the job I wanted to do in life, be a family man. I didn't care what I was going to do to earn a living. If I was going to be a vulcanizer, a painter, or anything, it would have been anything. I could have been doing this, and I would have been fine, fantastically fine, because the joy within is that I was a family man, and that's what I am right now, a family man. So preparing my materials come with that mindset that I must consider the other family, things that will not annoy their children. The double album I'm dropping later in the year is Songs of the Soil and For the Kids. I'm doing an album for kids. It's done. I'm done. Yeah. Before traveling, everything is ready.
Wow.
You just get back home, master everything, and release.
Wow.
If your family likes, fine. If you people like, fine. If you don't like, I have done it. It's there.
Yeah. So you're using your own family life as a baseline for the things
because
that
you must be a perfect example, because I am my children's first example. Okay, and their friends are coming around gradually, so they are seeing everything. What I say, what I do. For the first time, I told my wife, I said, babe, in all my career, I've never done anything explicit, but I'm going to do a special. Let's talk about sex. So that the adults cannot just feel like, this guy. No, I have it. I can do that. But it has to be special.
Yeah.
It has to be because...
Not salacious.
It has to be something that you want to do for a purpose.
Yeah.
But it must not be your daily life. Everywhere they see you, you're just raucous, you're loud. I met one woman at the train station yesterday. She just looked at me and said, anybody who sees you now will not know that you're a comedian once you collect the mic. I say, yes, once I collect the mic. You shouldn't just see me and then know that, okay, I'm an entertainer. See me as a normal human being first. Then, because when I see you, I should see you as normal first. You don't carry your stethoscope up about.
No, I don't say I'm a doctor.
It is until you tell me you're a doctor.
Yeah.
That's when I should tell you that I'm an entertainer. But most entertainers, we want to just be all out, and then a few years later, when we go broke and poor, we now run back to the person that has been living his JJ life to now save us with donations. Why don't you live the same simple life? Because the doctor doesn't run to you for donations. He goes to an association or he has saved up for it. But we have to live that. So for me, I don't care. I just look at everybody. They run your own, they run. I did that my lane. I don't come out. That lane, I just did the JJ, they do them as I want to do them.
Wow.
Since the social media age, people are, I would look, say, make Mark Zuckerberg just wake up one day. Just press button. I've always thought of that. Say, make Mark just wake up one day, say,
I don't do this.
and the boy gets coins. He gets. Just wake up saying, you know what? I'm tired of all this harassment from the FBI, CIA, all this thing about people's data. I'm tired. And you can tell he's not doing it for money. He's just having fun as a kid, and then he just wakes up one day. And, he has a family now. He's now starting to think like, do I really want my kids to be victims of all these things? Dear investors, take your money. Want to acquire? No, it's my product. I'm shutting them down.
In regards to copywriting comedy in Nigeria, how easy is it for you to do it, to copyright your comic material?
It depends. Just the same way you copyright movies, you can package your materials. I've always done that over time. All my titles, Boston Loose, Out of Control, Human Hangout, Comedy Concussion, all those things. And then once it goes
Comedy Concussion?
Yes. Once it goes on air, people even know you with the brand. So our copyright style in Nigeria is once they start saying something about you, natural copyright, but legal, you should go to the NCC, Nigerian Copyright Commission. I would usually pay a receipt to any titles that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like This year alone, I've copyrighted like 4 projects. Okay, by just paying and putting that title down, it's yours automatically. So you're covered. But having to talk about jokes per se, saying, "I me get this joke, nobody you get them," that's we're still not able to control, because it's that bad that some people just plagiarize, poach. You hear 2 people arguing over a joke, and somebody will say, "I me get them," simply because he tweaked it a bit. So a lot of comedians that even live based on other people's jokes, we even have a name for them, live band. Call them live band comedians, because they just take. Live band doesn't produce music; they just take music.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. They do, and it doesn't give brand existence for long.
No, it doesn't.
Because if you're the one
you're
working
not original,
on it,
so.
yes, you're not original. So it's pretty difficult. But then we can get to that point. Right now, everybody's just trying to live, trying to eat. So, and then if you're doing well, at some point you just overlook whatever any other person is doing. But it's going to get to the point where people might even have to, bring out cutlass over it, because some people are getting frustrated already.
Yeah.
I see a lot of younger cats. Years back, this is one of the reasons why I said I pulled back from public expressions on such matters. Years back, I was in the forefront of the fight against jokes piracy. I took it upon myself to make sure those new boys coming into the system did not spoil the system. Everybody was just turning away there, and Koffi, don't come with Wahala. Some people saw what I was trying to do. They aligned, said, "Okay, yeah, nice." I lost jobs. I was blacklisted on some levels.
Are you serious?
My cousin was at the board meeting for an event, and they had penciled down me and some other people. Somebody, "Man, this Koffi guy is funny and he's very intelligent. I like him. He's intellectual, blah, blah, blah. He's very cerebral, blah, 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 blah. We need somebody who is a posh, and, for this kind of event. He's very well spoken, and he's, And then one man from the community said, Koffi, is he not that one that is fighting people for stealing jokes?" No, and the lady was like, "What you mean? He's fighting
for stealing jokes? How is that a bad thing?"
People for stealing jokes. So how is that bad? That's the kind of person who is, with the right mental. Irony of it is, I'm not fighting for my jokes. I don't care if you're telling my jokes. My nature is, I don't even fight my own fight. I see somebody who's been taken advantage of, I rise. My wife always looks at me with that, come, this thing will be your fight, you fight. If now your own fight, now you go just walk out, go. She knows me with that. If you upset me, I'll walk off. A few occasions where somebody had upset me to the point where I wanted to face the person, my wife would turn to the person and say, "Look, you see this man, he doesn't fight. When he fights people's fight. If he faces you to fight, it means this thing is not going to end well. Leave this matter." Okay, so I fought that fight and it didn't pay off. Fast forward a few years later, the same people that did not align are now going about saying, all that time we bros Koffi, they fight this fight, we no agree, we no answer. Now see, now those boys, every once in a while somebody will just send me a message, "Bros, see what they happen." I don't care. I've done my bit. It's your time. At the time, the new boys that came into the system were poaching from us, poaching from the likes of Ali. Then they were now poaching from the guys coming from under them. So now you see, I don't have a problem with you taking from the pot, but put something in the pot. Now, they were not putting anything in the pot. They were taking from the pot and taking from what was coming in the pot. So it means if the boys coming from under them did not grow, the industry was going to crumble from after their level.
Material.
And that exactly happened. There were no newer boys coming after them that were really that exceptionally good. That's why Alibaba had to now start spontaneity to bring out a few fresh bloods that would be original and spontaneous. One of them is now this Ovi Godwill. That the boy had been going to that spontaneity for a while until he's now so good that people say, "Man, no, he's been at it for a while." That grooming process, that training process is necessary. Okay, so a lot of the times we want to sacrifice for these things, but when people can't see it, there's nothing you can do. It's not like you're not trying to be, but I took the issue of Kiss Daniel that year. I posted an analysis of what was coming ahead if the record label was not careful. Here was an artist that you were pushing, and you were not allowing him to do interviews. He was not collaborating with anybody. He would release a song. He doesn't come to people's shows. It was just an aloof mentality. And I was like, this is not healthy for this boy. He probably has maybe 2 or 3 years contract with your record label. What happens after then? If he doesn't have good relationship with people in the industry, he doesn't have a future. What are we saying? This boy is like the newest version of Nice. He's sounding ethnic and all that. It's like an upgrade. So people love him. Look at Nice, where is he right now? As at the time, before he now did this song. I said, look at the band. He's struggling. I was quoting quotes. I don't fear anybody. I'm saying it as it is. It is the truth. It is the trajectory of life. Some people must go through some turbulence. There's nothing wrong with anybody going through turbulence. So if you now mention that somebody is going through turbulence and people feel offended about it, I'm like, where is this mental? Don't people think? Do you think life is all mountain peak? It means if you get to the top of Kilimanjaro, you're about to die.
Of course.
So you must go through the climbs. And then when you get to the top, you must still come down. You ain't going to sleep on top of the mountain. So I gave that analysis. People bashed me. That was when I realized that, okay, it was a full basket of millennials on Instagram. I didn't know. I thought it was sensible people like me that were on social media. So I sent the post at 9 a.m. I was just in my element. I was on my bed. I wrote it. I was at Ilea the day before, and I was with a couple of friends, and we discussed a lot of things. This person invited the boy to an event. They didn't turn up. This person invited them, got them a gig. They were showing up. So I was like, why is the record label doing this to this boy? Someone else said they got a gig for him across Europe, about 7 places, blah, 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 blah. They turned down the offer. I said, okay, the record label boss feels priced down. He doesn't consider that the boy is coming up. So whenever they give him a price, say, this is what we can afford, he considers it as me, collect this kind of money.
And because of that, he was turning everything down.
So, and now I heard that the boy was excited I was going to go on a 7-city tour in Europe. But the boss, I was like, So I now addressed the issue so that the record label would make amends. Funny enough, my PR guy got a call from them that, we understand what Koffi is saying. But the public did not. The public in the majority, the dumb majority. Because a few hours after I posted it, my phone rang and somebody kept praying, Koffi, God bless you. Because the issue, I analyzed a lot of issues in the industry. Koffi, God bless you for this write-up. These are the things we're saying in this industry. Immediately, another person called me. Another one called me. I was like, what's going on? Go and check online. I said, what happened? Your post about Kiss Daniel is everywhere, all blogs. I was like, what are you saying? I post things every day. These people don't pick my materials to share. Why is it this one? So it's scandal they like. And I don't have any scandal. So controversy. If you don't have scandal, you must have controversy. So they wanted to create a controversy. A few hours later, somebody called me from Lagos State House. Governor's wife, Koffi, pull it down. Pull down that post. I pulled it down. So I let it go. And then 2 years later, everything I said happened. I was online one day. I just saw in a comment section, some people were celebrating Kiss Daniel's new bang, and one guy put it there. All of you are hypocrites. You are fools. You are blah, 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 blasting them. When Koffi Tha Guru was talking about blah, 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 blah. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. You all of you that were abusing him, you are not saying anything now. You're not saying anything now. The record label comes out to say, no, it's not them. It is the boys. Yes, he might have his own. But what you were doing at the time was wrong. And that's what I was addressing. So another time again, I'm chilling. I'm promoting my new album. And the presenter goes, so what do you think about P Square? Blah, blah. I say, I don't give a frog about P Square. What's my business? How can 2 grown adults be doing this childish thing? And I don't give a frog. I'm promoting my own album. Let's talk about my own work. They just chose that part, put it online. And everybody goes again. So after then, my sister-in-law goes, Koffi, look, it appears as though it is when you vent out on issues that they pay attention to you. Maybe you should start abusing everybody. I say, no, that's not me. I don't want the attention.
Yeah, and the sort of energy that comes with it as well.
I don't have the time. When you come to my page, Once or twice, anybody that comes to my page and tries to go out of line with their comment or something, and I just school them a bit, I just realized that the person I will just see my DM, bros, I beg no vex. I don't, but I don't post, I don't shame them. I just let it go because they were not enlightened enough. By the time I enlighten you, say, I'm not a fool. This social media world of now, I don't want to do them, but now because of business, I could just got to live up. My 50,000 followers is okay. In life, now 3 people I need to succeed. And I don't succeed already. Do you understand? I did okay. So now just make we maintain presence. But for me, relevance is in the hard work that I'm putting into the work. I've not gotten to the bus stop because if for some people you have achieved everything at this point, then you are ready to die. But I'm still on the journey. Some people feel, man, you are too big. You don't big past this level. And I'm like, is that bigidity that is killing a lot of people? Why? Bigidity. Because you get so big to the point where the things that you really wish to do, they tell you can't do it anymore because you are now a big brand. Do you think Kanye West is really happy sitting home not releasing new music that he wants to release? Things that he wished he had done on graduation album. That, he can't do it anymore because they've given him, but that's even being a rebel, he still can't do things he wants to do. You think really Lil Wayne doesn't want to keep sounding like he was in Carter 2? But because society has said you are too big. I don't want to be too big to do everything I'm doing. I'm doing a slapstick comedy all over London. I don't care how you perceive it. It is my joy that I have done that thing.
Yes.
I look at my archive when I'm 70. I'm chilling at the back of the house with my grandchildren and I smile to myself, yeah, I did that. I don't want to be 70 and be like, why? That's the thing that kills people faster. Not being able to fulfill or achieve that purpose.
Very true. That's very, very
So
true.
for me, every day I wake up, I don't see I'm bigger than this. I'm not bigger than anything. I'm still doing the same ish I was doing 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Still the same. That's what it should be every day.
Yep.
No matter how small, do it. It's on 3 levels for me. Premium, medium, grassroots. I'll give you a premium material. I'll give you a medium material. I'll give you grassroots. I have shot 5 movies this year. Last year I shot Mumbo Jumbo. The plan was to shoot 4 movies. I couldn't shoot the other 3. I was, my body. This year I woke up and was like, no, I'm doing everything I want to do. Bam! Took out the cameras, went to do a Broken Place for Mr. Sojo Dedino. Shout out, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Immediately after that, I just hit set. I shot. That movie was to be shot in like 2 weeks. I shot it in 6 days. Wow. Wrapped. Then I told Ibro Lee, Master Lee, that I'm going to shoot 3 movies in 6 days. He was like, bros. Yeah. So he thought I meant 6 days, 6 days, 6 days. And I said, no, I'm going to shoot 3 movies in 6 days.
What?
2 days, 2 days, 2 days. And it's not possible. I did it in 5.5 days.
How?
Yes. Depends on the story, depends on the script, the direction, it depends on the plan, Everything is here. Okay? So I did those. So I did Landlady, Hula Baloo, Ewa Going. Then A Broken Place. Now, those movies are on 3 different levels. A Broken Place is on the premium level. Hula Baloo is near premium, but is medium. Landlady is grassroots. Ewa Going is grassroots. So I have materials for you on every level. This one I'm doing in London now. Clown in Town. London Lashing. It's slapstick. It's on the medium level. If you like, you don't upgrade it to any level. The thing is that somebody at home is happy that I did that thing and they're watching it. I've relieved their stress. So you can be doing your classifications, A level, B level. No, Steven Seagal is constantly happy doing that thing he's doing for the Korean market. The American counterpart guy that was given that same high ranking that year is frustrated right now, not doing anything. But Steven Seagal is constantly doing,
consistently.
Keanu Reeves is doing that thing. You don't want to give him respect or regards. He's happy doing that thing he wants to do. You guys now decide, okay, I think this is John Wick is making sense now. You are the ones who are weak. He's been strong. Doing what he wants to do, not what you want him to do.
Yeah.
Because they will make you run so much that you will not stop running. You will just be a Tom Cruise all your life. Every movie you must run. You must run. Every movie, go check. So even when you're supposed to stop Mission Impossible, you keep running. And it is impossible to keep running.
Wow.
You can't cruise for life, man.
Wow. You just a drop.
So, now when I tell them say I'll be rapper that year, but we know if you follow rap, then it is enough. Let me leak a secret here now. I usually wouldn't do this. For every movie I do a soundtrack album. Mumble Jumble is a rap movie. I'm a comedian. The perception is a comedian. So most times, anything I drop is a comedian. Go online, I'll go check. You just be seeing things, comedian, I do this kind of thing. I wrote a book for my 40th birthday. I launched a book at my 40th birthday. The Scars That Made Me a Star. Beauty of the Beast. I'm the beast of comedy. So everybody that got a copy of that book, they got it stolen because the next person that picks it just steals it.
Wow.
So I chill. I'm fulfilled in that end.
I need a copy. Is it on Amazon?
It's on. Just type it. You see it on NetNG. Okay. You see it on. I even give it out for free so that students can read, but they are not interested in reading.
They don't read. This generation don't read. It hurts their
It's
brain.
soft copy. Read it. It's right there. You can just download it. Read it.
No, the cognitive load.
They had copies. I sold out all the hard copies. Fantastic book. Easy to read. You carry it 1 hour, you're done. You pocket it, you thief it. So that I'm fulfilled. If I'm going to write another book, I have like 4 more books that I want to write within the space of another 3 years. At my pace, I would do it. When I was doing all these movies, I was doing soundtracks. The first movie I did, Two Blackbirds, 2006. Soundtrack album came with it. When I did the next one, Mumu movie, soundtrack album came with it. When I did The Nanny, soundtrack album came with it. So the way I record music a lot, I record music so that they can always enter projects. So after a while, I stopped. After The Nanny won Best Comedy Movie, I just chilled. I didn't shoot any other movie. Now, I had some ideas. I went to Yankee last year. Myself and the wife, we had our baby. So whilst I was in Yankee, I was now seeing the reason why God said, you must follow this woman to Yankee. Some of the things that, because over time, I just chill, say, no, I don't want all this public attention. Let me raise family first. So God was now telling me that, you see, all those songs that you were recording, all that while that you were chilling, all those listening that you're doing, this is the purpose. I now saw the trajectory of Elvis Presley's life. I was like, God, okay, I get the message now. You're supposed to make music movies. So I was supposed to get back home and shoot Mumble Jumble, the original script. I had written that as far back as 2008-9. The original script is what now became Hula Baloo that is coming out. But God now said, no, you see, the reason why I didn't make you achieve shooting Mumble Jumble since 2009 was because you were ahead of the time with the title. There was no such thing as Mumble Jumble as at the time I wrote it. The word Mumble Jumble did not exist. What existed was Mumbo Jumble.
Yes, Mumbo
But
Jumble.
in my craftiness, I now changed it to Mumble Jumble. A few years later, trap music now came and became the Mumbo Jumble. So God now says, see, now the direction of the Mumbo Jumble title is trap music. So I had to now play a rapper tapper in the movie. And I told the story of how rap used to be from Mode 9's era to Cardi B in the story. So a frustrated rapper who has lost everything and trying to get back in the game. How he was schooled on how to enter the new game. How we used to record back then. How they record now. Just drop your vocals, go home. The sound engineer and producer finishes the work. Yeah. So all those things are told in the story. Perfect, powerful story. The first online platform I approached to say, okay, you'll be my distributor. They said it was too intelligent. Yes, that's Nigeria, bro. By the time that thing comes online now, it's because I don't have the resources. Actually,
wait. That was the reason.
That was the reason. I can't mention the name of the platform. Big platform in Nigeria says it's too intelligent because they want to keep spoon-feeding the audience with that junk that we watch all the time. Ritual, all those things. We can't, you go to a bookstore, you see different books on different subjects. Nigeria, no, everybody must read the same book. One season we must do wedding stories. You can't have variety. You can't equip the mindset of the people. You can't raise their intellectual. You must dump them. You must make them dumber by the day. The movies is the same cycle of people, same cycle. So when a few people like myself come into the system to change the narrative, you are an anti. So they push you off, and then you are not commercially viable. But they don't understand that
there is actually a need and a market for
that, and then there's a future, and there's a very quiet market of mine that would buy into that portal over time. When J. Cole came to Nigeria, shut down a quota, people were shocked that you mean we have rap heads in Nigeria that listen to this kind of rap in this age and era. They were surprised. There is a market for every commodity. But the average Nigerian investor is callous, is rogue, so he wants to pour it out. That's what killed Nollywood the first time. The Alaba marketers invested, wanted their recoup, so they were determining who and who should star in any movies, then started killing careers.
To the music scene in Alaba
Same thing.
well. Yeah.
Same thing with music industry.
Yeah.
Investors bring their money and then decide which music continuously comes into rotation, and then intelligent music fades off. So I did the movie. Now it's time to do the soundtrack, yeah? I actually recorded the soundtrack before the movie because I'm thinking of the character and everything. When I was recording the soundtrack of the album, the guy I was working with was like, what is this, Koffi? I said, don't worry. You can't understand. People don't see me as a rapper, so I can't record this album as Koffi. If I record it as Koffi, they will not answer me. So I'm going to have to record this album as an alias. It was only Mudnai that quickly caught on when he heard the first track. I was like, Koffi, this is you. But it was not as Koffi, as an alias. I won't mention the name. But the soundtrack album, full album, trap music. So any young dude listening to that album would not know that it is same me, that OG, that's doing trap on his level. Because it's supposed to blend with this thing. So, but my character in the movie is acting like somebody, but it's me. You don't know.
Wow.
And that's one other area that we don't invest in, We don't believe in pushing alter egos. Tupac became Machiavelli. You understand? Snoop Dogg has different aliases. Yeah. Eminem is Slim Shady.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's also Marsha Matters.
Yes, he is.
He's also one other character. DMX has 3 characters that he plays on the wax. So all of these things in Nigeria is just one-way traffic. So your mental capacity is just, it's crazy.
I know.
So when I was doing that rap, the guy that was working with me did not understand until when he watched the movie. When you know person, they see him all the time, respect and reach. You can't see the end product. Man. And at the time he was seeing that we're already on another project. We're concluding another project. And all the varieties were not the same. I'm recording a Makosa album. I'm recording a...
Makosa album.
Well, look at you, bro. I've done music on every level. I have a medley album of Akpala that people don't know. Some of the songs that I recorded like 10 years ago, I released sometime this year. And people are shouting, wow, 10 years ago.
Wow.
But because I didn't record with the sound of the time, based on saying, I'm waiting the rain, I don't care. I'll record valuable sound anytime. So anytime I want to go in this direction, as the spirit leads me, I go. I'm not saying, now this thing. No, I don't care. When Songs of the Soil drops, you hear vibes on it and be like,
I like the titles.
Songs of the Soil, because I'm picking elements from everywhere in the world. You hear a Scandinavian vibe somewhere, you're like, that flute sounds Scandinavian. You hear something from Jamaica somewhere. You hear one touch of Makosa somewhere. So just to let you know that, it's one village now. Okay, it's a global village now. So the sound now, Afrobeat, the new Afrobeat has taken over the globe. So our narrative is changing.
Yep.
The grandfather is now the classic Afrobeat, and this is the Afrobeat groove. So we can't fight the name, but let's just know that, okay. So if you're going to now do sound, you must do it to meet up with certain markets. As much as you're maintaining your grassroots, you must still reach out. So if you buy the album, you hear vibes that you want. Pick the one you want. That's why we have the power of iTunes and selective music. Pick what you want from the album and go your way. Let those who want that one. There's a song for, person who just born picking, he did there. There's a song to encourage those who are praying for wealth and good money. Money good is there. If you want to hear some very resourceful stuff, Skeletons is there. Well, guys, Skeletons, in a car, but he did there. If you want to hear Party Back Fiesta, they there. If you want to hear some very sensible thing, Omije, they there. All stars with Yinka Davis, and then I blend Yinka Davis from that generation. I go her from this level. Blacker, Patois guy from Jos on this level. Then the young sax. Blacker Ranks, yeah. Then the sax boy, Demilade, young boy, plays sax on the wax. I blend generations on one track. So I'm doing things that I'm happy doing, not because the society has said this is what we must do. This is the sound of the season. This is what, no, I don't. The last album was called Collaborations. It's the biggest collabo album ever from any Nigerian entertainer. But the blogs will not post it because they are not benefiting directly from it. If you don't see, we don't see. No, I can't be everywhere. When we started out, it was Silverbird, NTA, maybe Galaxy and MITV. But now there are so many channels. So how many places can you be?
Yeah, that's true.
You can't.
No.
That's why you will run and die.
Like Tom Cruise.
Because you just want to make them see me here, see me here. But the main people who can't suppose see you, no see you for house. I know. So I just, what's your choice? Make them see you everywhere or make them see you where it matter the most. So I just...
So. You get one question I will ask you. You don't tell, but each time I see you, I would always forget. What's be the meaning of sploofing?
Splendid, unique, fantastic.
Name is sploofing.
Yeah, in one word.
Oh, so you
know, it's word of endearment, expression for finesse, expression for exclamation, man, sploofing. Man, she's sploofing. You're looking, you know, so it covers a lot of things, you know. And it was whilst we were doing Wakaman movement, me and the boys and Boomerang. You know, for me, every time God elevates me, I must pull other people along. So at that time, I wanted to drop. In fact, that year I dropped 4 albums. The year we dropped, you know. We started the idea in 2009. In 2010, we recorded and released the album December 2010. It was a good success for us because we didn't see it that way. The only group that was there at the time was Mo Hits, and then Banky W's group was coming up. No other group.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to be next in line. But as usual, because you will not do commercial vibe, we had to maintain values. I insisted. Yeah. We cannot sing music that... And then 10 years later, the boys are sending messages and saying thank you. Because one guy picked me from Barking to Manchester the other day, and I told him, yeah, my albums are on iTunes. And then he plugged in. And then Wakaman Movement album started playing. This guy was repeating tracks. Wow. He was sending me messages. As in all, he said, why is everybody not... I said, that was recorded 10 years ago. He said, no. You can't tell me that this track was... I said, yeah. He played another one. I said, yeah. The same album, Wakaman Movement, All Eyes Open. 12 sessions, 5 mics. We're 5, and we had 12 sessions. So 12 tracks, 5 mics. Wow. So all of that, you know, was way ahead of its time. Then one song played, Workaholic. Dum, 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 dum. And the guy was like, I said, actually, I recorded this track, and a few weeks later, Black Eyed Peas did a similar song. And my group just goes, boss, File, how did you know where music was going? I said, no, I'm even going further than that because Black Eyed Peas will fade and this one will still be. They just looked at me. And 10 years later, they said the same thing. You are. So, now so it be. Wow. Now so it be. So it was whilst we were doing that album that Sploofik came. Now to record Sploofik, I had to work with one of the best guys, EXO. And I told EXO, this is the sound I want to do. I usually would direct where I'm going with the sound, say, I wanted this string because this string will make the music evergreen. And then it will have an 808 bounce. And then it will have this. And then I'll be able to sing my ethnic. Inkes will be able to sing his ethnic. Afroholic will be able to rap. Outshine will be able to rap. And Boomerang will be able to rap and sing. This bounce will be able to accommodate all 5 of us. He says, is it possible? I said, it's possible. Let me show you how to do it. It was the same thing that happened when I was going to do Aroma Remix. The original Aroma, Aroma was Woro. From Bob Marley's Could You Be Loved? That's the classic ride. No matter how long the music stays, that's going to be the classic element. Then go the checking, wow, boom. I say, good day work. You put it, wow. So now you put this one, then do the rest by yourself. By the time I voiced my chorus and then went back home, I just, guys, this is the track. You guys can enjoy yourself. And I went to bed. Everybody just, that's my verse. By the time we went back to the studio, we killed it now. Shot a fantastic video, but Sound City refused playing it because we didn't have girls shaking and all that. So that has happened to me like 3 times. I came to London that year to shoot Better Live video. Powerful song. And I took it back to Lagos. Trace, and it doesn't have the element of what they want. But a few years later, I'm happy. My children like it. I'm fulfilled. I recorded my first album from 2003 and 4 and released it 2004. And one of the major tracks there, Yellow CC where they go for road. Mr. Patrick loves that track. His whole family, that was their wake up music every day. He would call me, Koffi, this is your track, you don't cause wahala. I just did my things comically, playfully, did those videos that year. Today I'm very grateful. Bankuli is rolling with Beyonce now. I have a footage of Bankuli on one of those my skits back that year. That, it makes you fulfill that, okay, yes, I'm friends with this guy. As everybody's moving, I have a track with Asha. I have a track with this person. I have a track with Ayuba, with Shina Peters, with Raskimono. We're about to enter production when Raskimono died. So all of these things are the fulfillment I'm talking about. The fact that the whole world is not hearing it, but that I was, I envisioned it. Yeah. As I speak now, I'm not interested in doing music collab with anybody because I've gone to the ends, the extreme ends, this end. I have a jazz track with Diana Bada. It was a freestyle jazz track. That guy was listening to it in the car. I was like, oh, this song. I was just playing and then say, hey, this song, jazz. I have a fusion of Rugged Man and Terry Akbala. So all of these things, I'm just, it is years later that people will now go back and be like, Koffi she we she to toy. Demo. Kì í ṣe ẹjọ́ Koffi, ẹjọ́ yín ni. Ẹ ti jẹ́ kí media, mainstream media confine mind in sí ibì kan. Okay? But the royalties for those works will come to the children when it's time. Fela's kids are beneficiaries of that legacy. Yes, that's what it should be. Yeah. Not because I want it right now and I want to change my phone. Yeah. I want to change my shoes. I want to buy the latest perfume. So my head is right, but I'm in the wrong environment, wrong society. It's okay. So, but if you know that your head is right, stay. That's when you're saying, I'm confident in my being because, and then fortunately for me, I have the right partner who understands it. If you have the right woman, forget. But if you have a woman who wants to slay on the gram as well, say, go. Now my wife is not on social media. She doesn't care. She feels frustrated with all the nonsense that all of us are doing on social media. She's like, okay, you do life. I'll just keep thanking God. Say, thank God. Say, now this one I'm married. It makes my work easier. So all of those things, as it comes, I'll just do it. So Wakama Movement. That year, I dropped Wakama Movement, All Eyes Open. The following year, we had prepared, when we were recording All Eyes Open album, we recorded enough materials for 2 albums. So, by 2012, I had Famous 5. That's all 5 of us. Gospel Truth, Root and Roll, book 1 and book 2, double album. Now, that Famous 5, that Famous 5 was supposed to be a movie idea, and the soundtrack had been prepared, but we didn't go to the movies because by 2012, the boys started migrating to other ends. They needed to survive. It's the 10th year anniversary now that we now want to make the movie, but the soundtrack album has already been made. It is now we want to shoot Famous 5 movie. Wow. So I'm going back home now. The plan is to shoot Famous 5 movie, shoot Love You Best movie, and then shoot Rockbo's Race. Now, Rockbo's Race, the music has been made. Love You Best, the music has been made. When I was doing collaboration album, I had done the song that I was going to use for all those movies. That was what God showed me in America. Say, come, I'm bringing you here to come and watch the life of Elvis Presley, to see your own roots. Leave them. Elvis had a major break. And he made movies with music. Hollywood now tried bringing him over. But the manager told him, say, look, that is not our sleigh. We will go astray. Let's stay within our own confines. He went. Just one experiment showed him. Quickly carried his bag, went back home. Now, at the time, the Beatles had come to become the new pop sensation. It was a threat for the king of pop, the king of rock and roll. So, the only thing that survived Elvis was making those movies and singing those songs in those movies, because he could no longer just do songs to try and maintain relevance. But he was enjoying singing in those movies, and each one of the songs in the movies was becoming number one. So once people were watching the movies, They were getting
listening to the
entertained
songs.
with the music, and then they were buying the songs, and then he was topping the charts again. He didn't have to contend with the Beatles. So all the music done has been an archive for things to come, not wasted.
But when you the rest?
When we die, bro. When we die. See, Tupac recorded Dumb Killuminati in 7 days. For me, that was wicked. I had to beat that record.
Yeah.
Not consciously. I recorded Obatrado in 3 days. Full medley album. This, For the Kids, I recorded it in 2 weeks. That was because I was doing other things in between. If it was that I had stayed, because like I recorded 4 songs in a day on For the Kids. 4 songs in a day. The next time I went, I did 2. The next time I went, I did 3. So let's say, give and take, really. I recorded the whole album less than a week. So for me, I have the vibe, I have the idea, I know where I'm going, I go.
Yeah.
The moment I get back home, I know what I want to do. I want to go and edit, complete Hula Baloo, complete this one. The moment I'm done with them, shut down, I move to the next thing. That's how you stay alive.
Yeah,
that's how you mind your business. You don't care what the world, you are constantly doing that thing you like to do.
Yeah.
And I pray, I keep begging, say, please, I don't want to blow. I love me and South Sultan the way our life be. We're constantly there. When you overblow, the challenges are always huge. 50 Cent is enjoying what power is doing to him now. But Eminem is scared to go to the next level because 8 Mile was so big. To do another movie and it flops is a fear. Because Eminem came to his prime all at once.
Yeah.
Slim Shady LP, Masha Matters LP, Encore, everything, 8 Mile, Run, Rabbit's Run. All those things back to back. No, I don't want it. I want to spread it over time so that you can always wake up to something new.
Yeah.
My wife listened to Metamorpho album in 2015 and she was like, man, these are your songs. Why don't you work with Don Jazzy? Don Jazzy, can I do a song with you? Let me be the first comedian to do a song with you. Okay, send me email. Most of the songs I do sometimes are songs that I've pictured somebody and I write it and I reach out to them, they reject it and I record it. I've written songs for several people that I'll just hear you and then it comes. I'm like, this song belongs to this person. I'll talk to my management. Yeah. Now, God now showed me, say, so Love You Best, me, Sonny Neji, we have the song. So there are other songs that goes with it, so it goes into that movie. Rockpo's Race, me and Shino Peters, we have a song. There are other songs that goes around with it that goes into that place. Now, Love You Best, you see me and Sonny Neji with our own song vibe. Me and MC Abe, our own song vibe, because MC Abe now plays the father of the girl I'm having the thing with. Sonny Neji is the other man that's trying to woo the girl. So everything is playing out. I'm like, God, now wow. So, but before you can go there, go and do Mumbo Jumbo first, because that's where you're coming from. You have to show that you can transit from. So when everybody came to watch Mumbo Jumbo at the premiere, the first one on May 1st, they were like, it was bad audio, bad visuals because of the cinema people and everything. And they were like, Koffi. They just kept going on barbecue, the hit song and the song na hit. Then, man. Then I now did another premiere on June 12th. Everywhere, I just shut down everywhere. But you see, like I said, if you're not doing what they want, that they can use to make money, they can make. You see this program now. If you look at it, the values is not, somebody has not come to open breast and all that. So they will not pay attention to it. It's not that people will not pay attention to it, but because their own product will not sell. I see you as an ambassador of what they are. Excuse me, people. I'm human. What you are is the ambassador you choose. If you choose a cultured person as your ambassador, that is your brand.
Yes.
If you choose any kind of person,
that is your brand.
So I'm okay.
Yeah.
If you align with me, align. If you don't align, don't align. When the time is ripe, your children will align. Seun Kuti posted one day, said, your fans are my future fans.
That is deep.
As in, your present fans are my future fans. So enjoy. Because as they grow older, they will start to realize the value of life, and then they will come and meet me for the lessons they need.
Wow.
So I said to myself one day, I say, do you want to conform to... I can do anyhow if you enter. If you see me do something, Koffi, if you do this one too. I have a Yoruba TV program. I have a Togolese TV program. So I have things...
That's what people don't know. That's why I said you are the only African half-caste.
I have packages on every level, skits on this level. I have things that people have not seen. Somebody was saying, Baba, they pre-make you know that. Because if you die today, now there people will constantly say, man, things will do your hand. Hey, your archive. When these telcos were looking for content on, 9 companies came to me and I was giving them content. One of them had to say, guy, come. How? Because we brought the ledger out. So my guy will open this page. What did we give that company? He will list it out. Okay. What did we give? So what do we have left? We have this. Okay, let's give these people this. The guy, wait. You mean say all these other people don't come before us? I say, yes. We are the 9th company. He say, yes. Say, we've gone around to all your colleagues. They don't have stuff to give us. I say, they have actually, but they've shared it.
And that's it.
But I have not shared mine. My YouTube page is not popping. My Instagram is not popping. When it is going to pop, it will pop for the right reasons. You see, when we were growing up, our parents were struggling and surviving and living. They were making ends meet and they were sacrificing for us. It's my turn to sacrifice for my kids. What do I need a Lambo for when I have a real Lambo? You understand?
Yeah.
So I would just look some things. These things serve as wristwatch and they say, I beg me, I wear them. I get correct, I get everything where they need. They get, but I'll just look sometimes. And my wife make life easy for me. Simple life. Our joy is that we day inside our house together. They jolly, we they happy. Finish. I don't even like attending big shows. I don't.
Why?
Because everybody's just putting up appearances. I call them point, and we just a point. We put up appearance. It means every day. They just do point. Everybody's just, there's a point you get to, and you start seeing those things as, and then if it is not your system thing, when we were in school, you guys could go to club that year, we couldn't. You guys were more privileged, but we couldn't. You had friends that could go clubbing. I couldn't sit at QSS. I couldn't. At the time, I couldn't afford to sit at QSS. But most of the boys that sat at QSS cannot afford to sit in the places that I'm sitting right now. Because I just know this thing is about time. And, so now I know that the time will come. So I was thinking to myself one day, say, come, must I conform to say by force to do this thing or just follow my race and do? And I kept, then one day dawned on me, say, some of these parents, where they do like say, they know they see what they do. Last night, their children will come value this thing. I didn't say the thing for more than 2-3 weeks later. Some students now bossed me that they're in their department, they're supposed to do a project and select entertainers that they can, interview and then use their works, blah, blah, blah. We selected you, sir. Can we come on? Now, someone had actually told me, Saka, Afiso Etoro, had told me that years ago, he had told his students that Koffi should be understudied.
The same Saka?
Yes. He's a lecturer as well.
Oh.
Yeah, he is. I didn't know Gusaya. So I said, he respects me a lot for all the elements that I portray every time. When I invited him on our The Express, a Yoruba program, and then I was speaking Yoruba, the Azini was like, as in you are on this side, you're on this side, and thoroughly deep. The music deep, the drama deep. And I didn't tell him about the production and the writing and all those things. So now those students came. When I started pouring out a lot of content and they saw awards that they don't see on social media. It's even now that I say when I go home, I'll not be taking pictures with those awards so that those boys, I don't want respect from you, but I want my fans that I always complain that Koffi will not see, make them see, he day. But I don't like vanity. When those kids went back, they called me a few weeks later and said, we won the project, we're the best project group because the materials you gave us was inexhaustible.
Wow.
So I was not like, so even the future where the thing don't start. So if you're doing it right now and the kids are watching, but because some of the kids too are being controlled by what society is feeding them, they won't want to open up. You're not their average cool on social media. So some of them don't follow you because they don't want their friends to feel like So they chill back. But when they see you in public, hey bros, can I take a selfie with you? Then they see me warm up and open up. Oh, I didn't know you're this nice. You didn't ask. I didn't sing Gongwaso, but I'm nice. So, and people hate what they can't kill.
Yeah.
You know, when you're constantly just doing that thing on your own. I've seen a lot of agency guys way back that looked down on you. And then 10 years later, they are out of business, but you are still in business. They're wondering how. And then some, they are nowhere anymore. And they're trying to reach out to you to now come and resurrect that their own. And it's hard. Then if you get opportunities elsewhere, and so that it doesn't look like they are coming down to your level, they would rather work with other people to just, they can't swallow that pride, So they would rather choose somebody, and then Nigerians like cheaper. If you say you're charging 1 million or 1.5 or 2 million, or they would rather go with the trend of the moment and rather, okay, we'll quote 5 million for this guy, pay him 3 million and chop 2 million. Koffi, now if we say we want to quote 3 million, how much will we chop on top? Maybe 500K. Only day. So these are the things that make people not see me a lot, and they don't know that being principled for me is the reason why I'm still here. Integrity, humility, I will see entertainers. They say, man, what? So, what do you like about Two-Face Idibia? Man, he's so humble. Shut the frog up. Why aren't people saying the same thing about you? Why? Why do you just come with one hit song and then all over the place you have all of these airs? There are boils under your armpit. You can't bring down your hand. You're talking to people with your nose. And then a few years later, you now see them. Hey, bros, Migo, hey, excuse me. Now, nose you take greet me that year. No can they bow down. Still carry your nose. Carry your nose. See, say they don't wound you blood. You don't flow from your nose. Still carry your nose. Carry it. The same way you carried it. Carry it. Bros, I beg. If you're anything they happen. Nothing they happen. Itibia. If you can't be humble like him, then you can't be humble again. I'm sorry. Every year I'll put up packages to lift young people. Some will make it out, they will not give respect. Some will not make it out, some, And then when they get to that point, they don't lift other people. I just look at everything and say, but my wife say, remember, this is who you are. So once in a while again, I'll just look, okay. So every time I'm doing something, I'll just make sure I involve young people. Every other entertainer, I wish they were doing the same. Yeah. So that it doesn't make me look bad to some people. Because if you're constantly doing something that others are not doing, you end up being the bad guy. I lost friends because of that. They see you as every time, only you go to carry people up and down, they carry people. So it's making them look like they are not helping people. I'm sorry, it's my nature. I can't see somebody who is down. Yeah. I don't chop, he never chop.
And you saw Juno.
How can I have fat stomach when somebody is having skin gummed to his bones? What is the pot belly for? Who am I showing it off to? Do I want to have cesarean section and born twins? No. So I look around once in a while, somebody come. I'm chatting with one guy right here now, 4 lines. I just met him in the UK. Me and the boy now come to be like, see, we don't know since forever. I got here, I've never met OJB. He's the second lead character in the movie I'm shooting. One lady, Ella, I've never met her. She's in the movie. JP, I knew her as far back as 2003 in Lagos. We're here rolling tape. I'm meeting other people. I met one Russian guy at the O2. He's part of the cast we're shooting on Tuesday. He's just like, I love your jokes. I now know Lagos from everything I heard on you. You saying on stage, you're amazing. You're very intelligent. Wow. I'm shooting and I need a white man. Oh, he's the one. When am I coming? Just,
Yeah.
Just so,
Yeah. Agreed.
This is it, man.
Agreed, man.
This is it.
See, and in I know say we feel young for
6 hours we're here, but we have to go.
I know you're someone who I know is always supporting other people.
I have to.
Even shows from your Instagram, you post other people's posts, you repost, you comment.
I have to.
It's something that is not common
And I don't know.
in that domain.
You see, that's why common is still in business to today.
Yeah.
Adapt. Support.
Yes.
So the new rap came, and common is still shutting it down alongside with the new boys in rap.
Babe.
From common sense, from common sense, he became common, and he's still common. People gonna say he get sense. You don't need to put.
You don't need to put the sense anymore.
In just
the sense they show.
So now the common sense when you get make and drop the sense, can't put common. As times come, you adapt to the times. If he was still bearing common sense, it's in the past, but it's common.
Babe.
And the word common, because he knew that the time was going to come when people would not have common sense. So he quickly adapted to become common. And common will remain common because people are now having common without sense.
Come on.
So for me, it's adapting. When you see competition doesn't work.
Yeah.
From when I was coming up, I had never competed. Now collaboration is the new order. I was already ahead of that. Every project I've done, if you see my collaboration list of people where I don't work with, the intro of my album, Collaborations, was by Jimmy Jat. The interlude was by Asha. You would see all this, when Koffi do all these things, you know? Sokutu, Small Doctor, and Q Dot before both of them blew up. Most of the times I'm doing things with people that I can see the future, so he's coming. Terry Akpalana had done a track years back, 2015. He started picking up. When I was going to do Nothing Day There remix, I just said, Terry, we need to do this. Baba, I'm coming. Rugged, do. Rugged missed his own collaboration on Abinability album as far back as 2006. I wanted to do Green remix with Rugged Man and Idris at the time because of all those. I wanted to, but both of them didn't come on the track. I ended up doing it with MI and African China. That was the first collabo MI was doing when he entered Lagos. The first show MI performed in Lagos was on my platform. African China did Igbo. MI did Hausa rap for the first time ever in his career on that song, Green Remix.
Wow.
I just then released it after how many years this year?
Wow.
Just left it in the cooler. We don't do the things. So nothing they shock me, nothing they... Because there's nothing you guys are doing. I just look... And lately when somebody says, Baba, I want to make you listen to my track, I'll say no. I don't want you thinking that I stole an idea from you because if I check in my archive, I have done something similar. I recorded Candyman remix in 2009. When I was recording it, I was telling So Sick, this is where we're going. I was like, man, this sound, Baba, people know. Terry G was raining that time, Akpako. I was like, no, this is what I want. Then 8 years later, I now send the track to So Sick, say, So Sick, listen. Then Isolate was an upcomer. Nice hadn't blown. Isolate was still upcoming. Nice was about to blow. Or was just blowing. The Gongwaso album was just coming into prominence. Isolate was the underdog. I put him on that track. And I put So Sick. So Sick was freestyling. I said, no, put it on the track. He said, no, Baba, I'm not supposed to. I said, put that thing you're freestyling, put it on the track. Don't worry. So that freestyle he was doing in the booth, testing the microphone, we left it on the track. When he listened, he was like, man, Baba, I sit down well on this thing. Towards the end, he didn't rhyme. He said he wanted to change. I said, no, don't change it. Leave it. Let it be natural. So that in a few years' time, it's going to be natural to people. And a few years' time later, rapping and rhyming the way we used to do back then was no longer the thing. And if you play Candyman remix now, it is still ahead of Nigerian music. When I come out, you just Google and Koffi Candyman remix. You say if you go listen, you'll be like, okay, now true.
All these things, I get
Facts. Everything where they talk here, you go just go check and you go see a fact. You go see a fact. Nobody say, so that when time reach, I will just sit down for my agbala. Now people go by then and say, they go do research. Yeah, research, boy. You don't go because so you really general long pa ben and say, you go just enter. Otomani. Oyela. Afema doju arena. Double C's. 2 C's. Triple C's. And 4. Oh, boy, you first go up. You understand? I'm young.
Yeah.
I'm 42. I'm going on 43. And I keep asking myself, if I have achieved everything, what am I going to do at 50? So some of the things I do, I'll just do it for the fun and keep it aside. And then I'll be pursuing something. Somebody will now be looking at me like, see this one. They don't know that I've done something bigger than that hidden. I've done something bigger than that where they see hidden.
Babe.
If God says don't release it, I don't release it. And it's not necessary you release everything. Wyclef get archive where no release. Snoop Dogg get archive. But that thing is about doing it. Tupac was just doing those things that year.
Yeah.
It became a legacy and something that millions of people are benefiting from now.
Yeah.
They are studying him in UCLA. But the hottest rapper right now is not being studied.
No,
the hottest rapper that time is not being studied.
Yes.
Let your works be of good work. You know,
Very
so
true,
for me,
very
that's
true.
it. That's the most important thing.
What advice are you going to give anybody, any young person, or even people within our age bracket that want to get into comedy?
I stop advising people because it doesn't work anymore. There's nothing like advice. Just be you. Do what your purpose is telling you to do. Okay.
Yeah. That's the advice.
Yeah, but most importantly, don't be greedy. You've been eating long now. Stop being greedy. Skip it real, partner. Give to the needy. Games is that. Now, you see, say when DMX is sing all those songs that year, we just the vibe and now the day relevant for him. Do things that would be relevant, not because it's the vogue. I hear a lot of cats come out, they sing, they dance, they fade away. A few years later, they are struggling to now come back and do that same dance thing. It's shameful to see a grown man trying to continuously do dance tracks for a younger generation. You see my body of work, once in a while I will do a bouncing track. Not because I'm trying to really impress you, but because the spirit just wants me to bounce in that track. But most of the time, you have to share your wealth of wisdom, one way or the other, through your works. Either by literature or music or drama. Yeah. Not just because wedding parties sold out, everybody's doing wedding movie.
I know.
Not because, it's just painful who we have become because of this vain pursuit for sirens, accolades. It's just accolades.
I know.
Somebody just hates you. Hey, Lambo, because you call my name and do this, and then because of that, I have to dip my hand in my pocket. Everybody, and now because it worked, the first few people doled out something. Now every other person now thinks is either I become that person that doles out or I become the person that hails him.